There are days that look ordinary from the outside. No headline, no announcement, no obvious reason to stop what you're doing and pay attention. And then there are days like today. Days where something invisible but undeniable is moving through the atmosphere, rearranging things beneath the surface of your life before your mind has even registered that a shift has begun. Days where the universe doesn't shout, it whispers directly into the part of you that already knows. Today is one of those days. Right now, at this exact moment, Mercury retrograde is making a rare and precise alignment with the north node of the moon in Pisces. And if you have no idea what that means yet, I need you to stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you doesn't require you to be an astrologer. It doesn't require you to believe in anything beyond this one simple truth about your own life. You have been carrying a message inside you for a long time, a knowing, a direction, a quiet but persistent voice that has been trying to get your attention through every distraction, every delay, every carefully constructed excuse you've built to avoid hearing it fully. Today, that message gets louder. Today, the sky creates the exact conditions for you to finally stop running from the thing you already know and start walking toward it instead. Let me tell you what is happening and why the precision of today's timing is something that doesn't just happen by accident. Mercury is the planet of messages, of information, of the invisible threads of communication that connect thought to word, word to understanding, understanding to direction. But right now, Mercury is retrograde, moving backward through the deep, dreaming waters of Pisces. And when Mercury moves backward, it doesn't lose its power. It turns that power inward. It stops broadcasting and starts receiving. It stops talking and starts listening. And what it hears in the silence is everything your conscious mind has been too busy to notice. The North Node is the point of destiny. Ancient astrologers across civilizations, from Babylon to Egypt to India, all recognized this invisible point in space as the magnetic compass of the soul. It is the direction your entire life is oriented toward, the place where your effort accumulates into meaning, the point where everything you have been through stops being random and starts making sense. When Mercury retrograde touches the North Node, which is happening today, right now, at a precise degree in the sky, something extraordinary becomes available to you. The messages you have been missing suddenly become impossible to ignore. The pattern you have been too close to see suddenly reveals itself with shocking clarity. The direction you have been circling without committing suddenly snaps into focus like a lens adjusting after months of blur. This is not a metaphor. This is the mechanics of how Mercury conjunct the North Node works in real human lives. It is the moment the universe hands you a map, not of where you've been, but of exactly where you need to go. I want to talk about something that most people never admit out loud, but almost everyone has experienced: the feeling of knowing your next step and choosing not to take it. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because taking it would require you to stop being the version of yourself that everyone around you has grown comfortable with. The version that is reliable and predictable and safely familiar. The version that doesn't rock the boat or raise uncomfortable questions or ask too much of the people who love you in the only way they currently know how. You have been protecting people from your evolution. You have been shrinking your direction to fit into spaces that were designed for a smaller version of who you are becoming. And somewhere in the back of your mind, in that honest, unflinching place that Mercury retrograde has been quietly excavating for weeks now, you have always known this. Today, the North Node calls you forward. Not aggressively, not with ultimatums or pressure, or the kind of urgency that makes you feel like you're already behind. The North Node doesn't work that way. It works the way Pisces works, like water finding its natural level, like a river that doesn't force its way through stone, but simply flows until the stone gives way. Your destiny is not demanding anything from you today. It is inviting you, gently, precisely, with the kind of patience that only comes from something that has been waiting for you for a very long time. The question is whether today is the day you finally accept the invitation. Here is what makes this specific alignment so different from the ordinary energies of the week, and why the people who are paying attention right now will look back on today as a turning point. Mercury retrograde in Pisces has been doing something invisible but profound in your life since late February. It has been pulling old things to the surface, old memories, old patterns, old versions of conversations that never got finished. And most people have experienced this as uncomfortable, as confusion, as emotional heaviness, as the unsettling feeling that everything from the past is suddenly present again. But that discomfort was not punishment, it was preparation. Mercury retrograde in Pisces was clearing the channels, removing the static, dissolving the noise of everything that had accumulated between you and your own clarity, so that when today arrived, when Mercury met the North Node at this precise point in the sky, you would be clean enough to receive what is being transmitted. Think of it like a signal that has been trying to reach you through a storm. The storm was Mercury retrograde. The static, the revisiting, the emotional excavation, all of it was the weather clearing so the signal could finally come through. Today, the storm breaks. Today, the signal arrives clean and clear and undeniable. And what the signal is saying to you is something only you know, because destiny is not a universal message delivered to everyone the same way. It is personal, intimate, specific to the exact contours of your life and the exact shape of what you have been moving toward. But if you're honest with yourself right now, completely, uncomfortably honest, you already know what your signal says. I want to speak directly to the people who have been in a season of deep questioning, the ones who have been asking why. Why the delay? Why the silence? Why, after everything they have done and endured and released and rebuilt, the breakthrough still feels like it is just slightly out of reach? I need you to understand something about the way Mercury retrograde conjunct the North Node works for people who are in transition. It does not arrive as a breakthrough. It arrives as not something new being handed to you from outside, something ancient being revealed to you from inside. The recognition that the thing you have been waiting for has actually been available to you for longer than you realized, and that the only thing standing between you and it has been your own willingness to fully claim it. This is the moment of claiming. Not the moment of receiving, not the moment of being chosen by some external force, the moment of choosing yourself so completely and so clearly that the universe has no option but to organize itself around that choice. Mercury retrograde has been asking you to revisit everything you have been unsure of. Today, the North Node says you are done being unsure. Not because the uncertainty is gone, but because your direction is stronger than your doubt. And the people who move forward from this day do so not because they have eliminated the fear, but because they have finally decided that the life on the other side of the fear is worth more than the comfort of staying where the fear is familiar. Now I want to talk about the practical reality of what today may look and feel like, because cosmic events don't always arrive with dramatic fanfare, and the people who miss them are usually the ones waiting for something obvious. Today, you might receive a message that makes something finally make sense. A text, an email, a chance conversation, a sentence in something you were reading that lands with the weight of a truth you have always known but never seen stated so clearly. When that moment comes, do not dismiss it as coincidence. Mercury conjunct the North Node delivers information. Today is a delivery day. The undeniable evidence of the shift you are making comes next, but it all starts here, with this, with you watching a video that found you at exactly the moment you needed it, because that is how Mercury conjunct the North Node works. It delivers what is needed to the people who are positioned to receive it. You are positioned. You are ready, even if you do not feel it yet. The message has arrived. All that remains is for you to decide what you do with it.